Hey everyone, here is a small review of the new melter that I'm testing. So this is the inner portion of the melter, and in this is a 10-liter pot. In this I have filled around 3 kg of wax and 3 kg of oil, coconut oil. That gives around total 6 kg of material in the pot. So what I'll be doing, I'll be melting the wax, and watching how much time does it take to melt. So this is how the melter actually looks. So this is actually nothing but soup warmer. This is a rough video. I'll be recording a proper video soon. So as you can see, this is sort of a double boiler melter or double boiler heater, and I've filled the water to the suggested level. Now I'll be just putting the pot inside and just turning the temperature on. So here are the temperature range that we have that has been provided on this melter. It starts from 35 degree and goes till 80 degree. And right now I'll be testing it around 55 degrees Celsius and see how it melts, because I don't want the water to boil and don't want the water vapor to fall into the wax and basically destroy my candles. So that's why I'll be heating it only till 55 and see the process. So this is how it's going to look. I have turned it on and set it to 55, and I'm going to wait how much time it takes to melt the wax. So a quick correction, I have increased the temperature to 70 degrees Celsius because I realized the 55 degree might be too low to melt beeswax. So now I'm going to wait and see how much time it takes on 70 degrees Celsius. So the wax has almost melted, and if I show you the temperature, it's about 177 to, I would say at some spots it's 180, at some spots 177, so average about 175 Fahrenheit. And as I said, it took about 45 minutes to 1 hour for the wax to melt. And if you can notice, there are slight water vapors coming out. So that is one risk which I would say, which I consider in this particular melter, because I'm slightly anxious whether these vapors will affect my wax or not, because right now I've kept it below a shelf, because as you can see, the water has started to accumulate. The vapor have started to accumulate, which is one of my mistakes which I did. So if you're using a melter like this or any double boiler, ensure that you're not using it below a shelf or so that vapors can actually rise and do not fall back to the wax. So that's one thing I'll say I'm worried about. Second thing is that, again, due to water vapors due to the water, the thing is, once the water reaches boiling point, it will start producing a lot of vapors. Also there's a chance that some of the I would say water might, I have when I burned it for the first time, water actually started boiling and I was seeing some water seeping out of the container as well from the sides. So that's, I would say, one risk that is associated. So you can definitely use this melter, and it's a cheap melter, and I would say it's for a price, it's doing its for the price, I would say it's doing a good job. But you need to be careful, and you need to ensure that you are actually you're not doing it like you just started melting and you just went for a nap or something. You need to be tracking constantly to ensure that the water is not boiling a lot, and you need to so that you can adjust the temperature and to make sure that water is not heating too much, and also to make sure that water temperature is not too low that wax stops melting. So you need to constantly to fiddle with the temperature here while melting. So that's about it. I would say I'll make a proper video. This is just a rough video because I was using the wax to make a small order. So I thought of recording this video. So I'll be making a proper video, and maybe we'll be using it in a live workshop which I'm planning soon. There as well we may be able to see how it works, right, with soy wax. But for the beeswax, I would say it's fine, and overall I will say that it's a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. If you have an access to a better option, obviously go for that. But if you don't have any option and you want to move past the double boiler, the makeshift double boiler that we make at our at our homes, I would say this is a good option to consider. So this is a small review that I wanted to post. Hope you like it. So I forgot to mention about one thing, that the quality of melter seems fine. The overall container feels like made out of heavy duty metal, but the thing is, one thing which I'm concerned about is the quality of the temperature knob. So I'm assuming, I don't feel that the quality of material which is used to make the temperature sensor or temperature knob is good enough. It feels slightly on a lighter side or a cheaper side. So that actually makes me concerned regarding its longevity. But again, that is something which I cannot comment right now. I'll have to test it, and I'll have to see whether it actually works for about a year or not, or if it just stops running in just about a month. So that is one thing which only time will tell. But these are my initial reviews that I noticed in this melter. But again, is it a good choice to have? I will say yes, if you don't have any other option, considering you are ready to take that risk that your 3000 may go to waste in 1 or 2 months. It's a risk. It's not I would say, not a surety, just a small risk, right? It doesn't make it does I don't mean that you should not buy this melter or this the soup warmer, to be I would say, to if I name it correctly. So that's about it that I wanted to share about this melter. Again, I would say it's a 7 out of 10. It is a decent choice if you don't have any other option, or if you don't want to spend more at this point of time to buy a proper melter, which actually makes sense. Because if you're in your initial business days, it doesn't make sense to spend 15,000 to 20,000 on a melter. If you can get a cheap melter out for a cheap makeshift melter in 5,000 to 4 to 5,000, I guess. Yeah, it's just 3,500 or something, 4,000 something. So I would say it's a better choice to have. If you don't have any other option, then yes, go for it. And at least it will give you a start in your early business days. And once you have started earning more from your candle orders, then at that time you can spend more in a proper melter. But for now, yes, it's 7 out of 10 with a slight risk of longevity. This is my final review. This is Untitled Chapter signing out. Bye.